In today's video, I'm going to explain to you 3 ways how you can grow your business in 2021. Good day. Welcome to the channel of SA Accounting Network. My name is Heinrich Grove and I've been in the accounting industry since 2008. Today in this video, I want to show you guys exactly 3 ways that you can use to increase your business's turnover and your profits in 2021. So let me head down to my computer, then I can show you exactly what I've prepared for you today. So in today's talk, I'm going to tell you 3 different ways to grow your business. It's actually something very basic, but it's something that a lot of people sometimes overlook when it comes to growing a business. So if you look at the formula of how sales are made up, there's basically 3 elements that makes up sales in a business. So the first one is the number of customers that a business has. The second one is how many times per year a customer buys from you. And the third one is how much they spend on average. So your sales is basically made up of those 3 elements, and the combination of those 3 determines of what your turnover is going to be for your business. Are you looking for an accountant for your business? Remember to get in touch with us. We will offer you up to 3 months free accounting services to all new clients. Our details are in the comments below, so get in touch with us and then we can see if we can set up a free introductory meeting with you. Let's have a quick look at an example. So in my example that I prepared for you guys, I said that let's say for instance in our business we've got 1,000 customers. During the course of a year, those customers visit your store or can buy from you maybe 4 times per year, and the number of transactions, if you multiply those 2 with each other, it will give you 4,000 transactions that you will have with those 1,000 customers during the course of the year. Let's say for instance they spend on average 100 Rand each of them every time when they buy from you, then it means that you can have a turnover of 400,000 Rand for the year. So if we had to look at those 3 elements, and what's important is that you need to understand the mathematics of how sales are made up. So you do need all 3 of those elements to get to what your total sales will be for the year. So if you look at different ways, let's say for instance in this example, let's say for instance you go and increase your customers, then now instead of having 1,000 customers in this example, we can have 1,200 customers. They still buy from you 4 times per year. It means that the number of transactions now goes up to 4,800 just by increasing with 20% more customers. Average spend stays the same. Then you can see the turnover goes up to 480,000 Rand. So that is the first way to increase your turnover, is to increase the amount of customers that you have. The second one is to increase the transactions per year. So there's for instance again, you've got 1,000 customers. Instead of them buying from you 4 times per year, now they buy from you 5 times per year. Then you can see the number of transactions goes up to 5,000. And then obviously if they still spend an average of 100 Rand per transaction with you, it will mean that your turnover now jumps up to 500,000 Rand. The third way is to increase the average spend. So if you look at that formula again, if you've got 1,000 customers, they buy from you 4 times per year, it will give you 4,000 transactions. If you multiply that with 150 Rand average spend, then what will happen then is the turnover will also go up to 600,000 Rand. So you can see that every time that you increase one of those 3 elements, that you can see that the turnover goes up quite dramatically. But now let's have a look and see what will happen if you had to increase all 3 of those elements at the same time. So if you increase the number of customers, how many times they buy from you per year, and then the average spend that they do. So if you look at all 3 areas, if we go and take 1,200 customers and they spend, or they have 5 transactions per year from you, then you can see the number of transactions increases to 6,000 Rand. If the average spend goes up from 100 Rand up to 150 Rand, you can see that the turnover jumps up to 900,000 Rand. So if you think back about the original example that I used, we had a turnover of 400,000. So you can see that the turnover more than doubled by increasing each one of those between about 25 to 50% on each one of those elements. So how do you increase those 3 elements? So the number of the customers that business has, how many times per year a customer buys from you, and how much they spend on average. So I'm just going to throw some ideas out here. This is not an extensive list. Obviously you guys will know your business the best, and you will know which strategies will work the best for your business. Let's say for instance, first thing, a number of customers that the business has. So the first thing that most of your businesses work with quite often is word of mouth. So that is obviously referrals. If you deliver excellent service to your customers, then normally they would go and refer you to their clients as well, or to their friends. The second one is direct marketing. So if you get a marketing agency and they assist you to put a marketing campaign together so you can reach more customers with the services that you're rendering. The third one is social media marketing. And then I said advertising as well. That's also a very traditional way. If you advertise in newspapers and those type of things, it is also a way to get new customers for you. Marketing campaigns, I said over there. So next one is how many times per year customer buys from you. And then just another thing that I want to mention about this one, the number of customers a business has. This is normally the most difficult element of the three to increase, because with this one you actively have to put in a lot of work to get more customers for your business. A lot of people also think that this is the only element that they need to increase. So a lot of people think the more customers they have, the bigger the turnover is going to be. But like I said, it's only 1/3 of the combination of these three elements that makes your turnover increase in a business. Next thing is how many times times per year customer buys from you. So the one thing that you can use is specials. We see that often in the newspapers when they put all their flyers out. So those are ways that shops are trying to get you to come back to them so they can increase the frequency of how often they buy from you. The second one I said is to stay in touch. So I think these days, especially with electronic media, it's very easy just to send out newsletters and stuff like that so customers stay aware of you. SMS and WhatsApp marketing, I think, is a very effective thing these days, especially if you're running specials or you've got jam. Then you can just send the guys an SMS or WhatsApp out and say, listen, keep an eye out for any specials that's coming up. Get customers to buy earlier, so that's also an important thing. And loyalty programs, if you go to a lot of the different coffee shops and stuff, they've got these little cards where they say if you buy 10 coffees, you get the 11th one free. We see it quite often with car washes as well, where they say if you come for 4 car washes, the 5th one will be free. So those are just things that people use to try and increase the frequency of you buying from them. To address customer needs. And then the next one that I'm going to talking about quickly is how much they spend on average. So this is also quite interesting if you upsell, when you convince them to buy more expensive than what they planned. So that is, for instance, you've got a pizza shop and somebody comes in and they say they want to order a medium pizza and you sell them a large pizza instead of a medium pizza. Or if you want to buy some electronic equipment, quite often when you go and look at the computers, for instance, you will see, for instance, an i3, and the guy that's selling it to you will convince you to buy i5. So that is what they mean with upselling. And the next thing is cross-selling. So when you sell a different product as well. So a nice example over there is if you let the ladies go to a hairdresser and they decide they just want to cut their hair, but now the person at the hairdresser convinced them to color their hair as well. So you're cross-selling 2 different items to the same customer. And I think with coffee shops and stuff, that's also something that's really relevant. So if somebody comes in for a coffee, maybe we'll talk about combination just now as well, but to sell them something else instead of just selling a coffee to them. Combinations, so this works really well. If you think about McDonald's and KFC and those type of people, if you walk into KFC and you decide you're in the mood for a burger, and all of a sudden you see you can get a combination meal with the chips and a Coke as well for, let's say, 10 or 20 rand more expensive. The combination of the 2 things together makes you to spend more than what you originally planned to spend at that specific shop. And making impulse buying easy. I think most of your garages and shops and stuff like that, they've mastered this, where if you're on the way to the till, you have to walk through past these queues of all the sweets and cool drinks and nuts and all that stuff on the side. So that is impulse buying. We're actually getting people to buy on impulse. Add a premium service to existing offers. So if you, let's say, for instance, do something specific, you can always add a premium service so that you can get the people to spend more through premium services as well. And then if you look at price time menus as well, which is also an interesting thing. So let's say, for instance, you've got a hair salon, or let's say, for instance, a parlor, beauty parlor or something, you would tell them that if you will give them a combination of a certain thing, so they reduce price as well. So if somebody just comes, let's say, for instance, for a haircut, you can give them a haircut plus a massage plus something else together, the 3 things together at a reduced price. So that is also a way that it can increase the amount of money that customers spend with you. Like I said, this is just something small, just something that I wanted to give you guys at the beginning of the year, some things to think about in your business, of just different ways that you can use to increase the turnover of your business. Like I say, it's something simple, but it's something that really works well. Remember to please to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and then if you want, please share the video with your friends as well. Thanks for watching.